In this video, I'll be reviewing NordVPN and I'll be looking at all of the features that this VPN has to offer. I'll be comparing the speeds against other top VPNs and I'll be testing it against some popular platforms such as Netflix to see if it can unlock geo-restricted content. I'll look into the background of the company and see whether they're actually leaking information about you and whether their no logs policy holds up. So if you want to find out whether NordVPN is still a good VPN in 2024, check out the rest of this video. So starting off, we're going to be taking a look at the speeds that NordVPN offers. On the left, you'll see my connection speed with no VPN, and on the right, I have NordVPN enabled. As you can see, I'm getting about a 10% drop in my download speed, and it's now testing the upload speed, which has a significantly bigger drop. My speed is now dropped from 900 and about 10 megabits per second down to about 530, which is a major drop. And although I tested this multiple times, I kept getting the same speed drop. Now, this could have been just the time of day, or it could have been just the server that I was connected to, but every time I repeated it, I was getting the same speed drops, and usually we want about a 5 to 10% speed drop for a top tier VPN. So the stats overall were a 7.6% speed drop in download speed, and I got a 42% speed drop in upload speed. Now my ping only increased from 2 to 3, which is very, very good. This VPN can definitely be used for gaming with ping that low, and you won't notice much of a difference when you're playing online games. When it comes to comparing the speeds against other top VPNs, the upload speed is significantly slower, but the download speed is very quick and very consistent. When I tested it multiple times, I was getting between a 7 to 10% speed drop every single time, which is very, very good. And the ping is very low. So I would say NordVPN would be my fourth ranked VPN, with my top VPN being ExpressVPN, Private Internet Access, then CyberGhost and NordVPN would come in fourth. Surfshark would be close behind it in fifth. So next up, I want to test NordVPN on Netflix. Now, Netflix is one of the biggest streaming platforms that is around today, and they have a huge catalog of TV shows and movies. The problem is the majority of the shows are geo-restricted, which means they're only available in specific countries. What you might not realize is that your catalog located in your country is actually very small, and if you change your location to another country, you'll get access to a bunch more shows. To see what shows are available in whichever countries, you can go to this website called Unogs, and this lists various shows that are only available in certain countries. For example, there's this movie here called Rambo First Blood, and it's only available in Canada, and I wouldn't be able to watch it in any other country. If I search for that show on Netflix and I'm located in the UK, you'll see that the show doesn't show up in my search results. Now, if I go on the VPN and I look for a Canadian VPN and connect to that VPN, and now I'm connected, I go back to Netflix and refresh the page. You'll see that the show now shows up in my first result, and I could click that and watch that movie, although I won't do that on YouTube, otherwise I'd end up with a copyright strike. Now, what you'll find with most free VPNs or even some paid VPNs is they are actually blocked by Netflix, so you won't be able to do this with every VPN. So this means that NordVPN is able to bypass Netflix's blocks and is a great way to access the rest of Netflix's catalog. So now I want to take a look at the NordVPN user interface and look at the server locations offered. NordVPN offers servers in over 61 different countries and offers over 6,000 servers to choose from. On the user interface, you have a map which you can zoom out and zoom in from. So you can easily just go to the region of the world that you want to pick and then pick a server from that location. Alternatively, you can click this drop down menu, which has a variety of different VPN options such as dedicated IPs, double VPNs, and onion over VPN. You can then scroll down and it has the list of locations to choose from, and you can just pick a location from there and connect. In the bottom left, you have a settings option, and this just allows you to adjust the settings of the VPN. You have the classic premium VPN options, such as a kill switch, which in case your internet connection were to drop and then reconnect, it would prevent you from having any IP leaks from happening by waiting first to connect to the VPN. You also have split tunneling, which just allows you to operate certain software behind the VPN and then use your normal connection for other software. On the connection tab, you're able to adjust the protocol that you're using with the VPN. I just currently have mine on automatic, although you can adjust it to OpenVPN, which would be slightly slower, or you could use NordLynx, which is very similar to WireGuard and is actually developed by NordVPN themselves. So next up, I want to look at the privacy offered by NordVPN. So NordVPN does not store any logs on what you use the VPN for. So they don't collect any browsing data, they don't collect any IP addresses when you connect or connection timestamps. And this has been independently audited several times. And the two of the latest ones in 2023 were done by Deloitte and Cure53. Now, these reports were done independently, and you can research and read through the full reports. And they found that NordVPN stuck by their no logs policy and their infrastructure supported it. Now, Cure53 did find several vulnerabilities in their audit of NordVPN, but these have since been fixed, and you can browse through and see the vulnerabilities and see that they have been patched. So on each vulnerability, you'll see there's a note that says this issue was fixed and then verified as working properly by Cure53. Alongside their solid no logs policy, NordVPN is actually based out of Panama, which is a great privacy jurisdiction and is out of the 5, 9, and 14 Eyes Alliance. So next up, I want to take a look at pricing, and NordVPN is definitely a premium VPN. When you compare it with the likes of Private Internet Access, CyberGhost, and Surfshark, it is quite a bit more expensive. Now, you can get a huge discount on NordVPN by using one of the links that are down in the description. But even with that discount, it still comes out to about $6 per month when you're getting a 63% discount, or just for the standard plan, it's $4 per month. If you compare that with the likes of Private Internet Access and CyberGhost, which come out to about $2 per month and offer similar performance in terms of speed and offer more locations, I would go with those VPNs. Surfshark also offers similar performance and comes in quite a bit cheaper than NordVPN, so that could also be another good alternative. And then of course you have ExpressVPN, which is in my opinion the best VPN you can get right now, and it is quite a bit more expensive than NordVPN, and it's about $6 per month on their annual plan, but it offers the best performance you can get. So that sums up my NordVPN review. Overall, I would say NordVPN is a fantastic VPN and definitely ranks in my top 5. I wouldn't say it's as good as its main competitor, which is ExpressVPN, and I would say even the budget options such as Private Internet Access and CyberGhost offer slightly superior performance, but again, it could be personal preference, and some people definitely prefer NordVPN. Now, I do want to answer some frequently asked questions that I get about NordVPN. The first is, can I use NordVPN for torrenting? And the answer is yes. As you can see on the NordVPN software, you have peer-to-peer dedicated servers, so you would connect to those servers and you could use those for torrenting, and you won't run into any issues at all. The next question is, does NordVPN store logs? And the answer is no. NordVPN does not store any logs on any of your data. And as you've seen in the review, they've already been audited many times before and passed all of the audits. The next question is, does NordVPN offer any discounts? And the answer is yes, they do offer many discounts. And if you want to get the biggest savings possible, then check out the links in the description, as I've linked to NordVPN, and that should save you a huge amount of money. The final question is, does NordVPN have a free trial? And the answer is yes, they have a 7-day free trial, but it's only available on Android devices. And once that free trial ends, it actually renews you at a very high price. So if I were you and you have an Android device, I would test out NordVPN for 7 days. Make sure you hit the cancel button, come back to this video and use one of the links in the description. And that way you won't be paying the high prices that you would if it just renewed, and you can save the most amount of money and get 7 days for free. So that sums up my video on NordVPN. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out other VPN reviews, comparisons, and buying guides, then check out the rest of my channel.